How's it going, everyone? We are 2 a.m. That's two assholes and a microphone. My name is Dirk. This is Crystal. And today we have Playboy the Beast featuring Chris Taylor Brown of Trapped. Drown Me Out.
Now, Shannon Garcia requested this, and we actually filmed it yesterday, but we had issues, and the technical issues caused us to lose the video, so this will not be a reaction, it will be a review. But this song was too important in our estimation to just let it go.
Yeah. So instead of getting our initial reaction, we're going to give you our thoughts on it.
Yeah. And thank you, Shannon, for bringing this to our attention. Mm-hmm. We really do appreciate you.
Also, this is a lyric video, so there's no cinematics or anything like that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It would be nice if there were, but...
But at the same time, it does make it a lot easier to catch bars and such.
Yeah.
Alright.
All you have to do is be able to read.
I won't let you drown me out. I don't bow down, kneel with my wrists bound. You can't muzzle my mouth. I won't let you drown me out.
Okay, we'll stop right there. The imagery you put there is really good. I won't bow down with my wrists bound.
Mm-hmm. I won't let you drown me out. It's just a matter of standing your ground on your principles and not letting somebody talk over you, not letting what you know to be right and true go
Unsaid.
Yeah, go unsaid, go unheard.
Yep.
I was trying to think of the right way to say that, but I love this hook. It's so nice.
Yeah, it's a very nice hook. I really like it. I like the kind of echoey effect that he has on his voice. Not quite echoey, but close.
Now, I'm thinking that this is Chris Taylor doing that, and Chris, wonderful.
Excellent job.
I'd like to hear more of your stuff, too.
Yeah.
Muzzle my mouth. I won't let you drown me out. Holding my ground, making every word count. Are you hearing me now?
I like that. Holding my ground, making every word count. Are you hearing me now? Say what you mean and mean what you say.
We've been championing that thought process for a great number of years. We've been married for a little bit of forever, and we've always had that kind of...
We've been married for 21 years. We've known each other since we were kids. So, it is what it is.
And we've always kind of had that... You have the right to be heard regardless of what your views are.
Mm-hmm.
Won't let you drown me out.
They ban me on the book, they ban me on the gram. That's where I operate my biz, not how I'm supposed to feed my fam. They disabled my page with like 200K fans. That's 10 years of my life, I gave it everything I had.
Alright, that's the backstory.
That's an unfortunate thing that's happened to a lot of people, not just musical artists, but other artists as well.
Yeah.
And you just got to keep pushing forward. You find another way to let
Yeah.
your voice be heard. You find another way to get your stuff out there. It's one of the reasons we like CDs.
Yes. But we'll probably touch more on that here after a while. But that right there is the backstory of what inspired him to write this song. So, excuse me. So back to the song.
My page with like 200K fans. That's 10 years of my life, I gave it everything I had. Build a fan base for myself in social media land. And I was starting to blow up, I'm going according to plan. Woke one morning to check my stats and like that I was banned. This what I get for speaking up and just trying to make a stand. Wasn't trying to start no wars, I'm just a family man. Yo, I'm just trying to live my life and feed my family, damn.
Alright. This is a prime example of what is modern day censorship, and it's a product of cancel culture.
Well, that's a thing that's happened throughout history. They're not outright taking the information physically from you. They're controlling the source of where and how you get your information. And if you have physical copies of things, whether it's CDs, books, whatever, they can't control that in the same way that they can the stuff on these platforms. They can just erase you.
Don't know wars, I'm just a family man. Yo, I'm just trying to live my life and feed my family. Damn, how anybody is okay with this, I can't understand. They coming for your rights next, so laugh it up while you can. Fuck Zuckerberg, terms of service ain't no freedom of speech. I thought this was America, but now our freedom's been breached. Disagree with their views, they gon' label it hate speech. But never wave that white flag, cause they would never defeat us, nah.
Alright, before we get to the hook again, I think, just that term right there is triggering to me, the hate speech, because it no longer means what it used to mean.
I don't like the word triggered, sorry.
Yeah, I get it, you. But it doesn't mean what it used to mean. Hate speech used to inspire hate, or used to
incite some form of hate or violence toward a person or a group. It was very intentional. Now it just means, I don't like what you said, I disagree with you.
Yeah. It used to have actual consequences. Hate speech used to have actual consequences on people. But anything they're labeling as hate speech, as long as it doesn't follow their narrative.
And the reason I don't like the word triggering is because that's a psychological term that has been abused.
Mm-hmm. And I apologize for using it.
You say gon' label it hate speech, but never wave that white flag, cause they would never defeat us, nah.
I don't bow down, kneel with my wrists bound. You can't muzzle my mouth, I won't let you drown me out. Holding my ground, making every word count. Are you hearing me now? I won't let you drown me
Yo, how
out.
the fuck does Mark Zuck got more power than the president? The dudes that out just banning people for the hell of it. They don't like the truth and they fear us troops with intelligence. These liberal jack.
They don't like the truth and they fear us troops with intelligence. Those that are willing to stand on principle, not just order. And as far as Mark Zuck there, yeah, how... We have to be careful what we say here or it'll get taken down again. But how is a sitting president at the time allowed to be taken off when you have other organizations such as the Taliban and the CCP still on it? I'm just going to leave it there.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
Yo, how the fuck does Mark Zuck got more power than the president? The dudes that cuck just banning people for the hell of it. They don't like the truth and they fear us troops with intelligence. These liberal jackasses about to get trampled by elephants.
Extremist hate groups like Antifa operating on Twitter. They let them get away with murder. Conservatives they get rid of.
Try to put a hit on me, boy, I bury your hitter. Groupies claim they anti-fascist while they acting like Hitler.
Oh, I love that.
Again, we have to be careful what we say here, but yeah. You have to be careful you do not turn into what you're trying to fight against.
Yes. And it's so easy to do that when you fight hate with hate.
Yeah. You can't fight hate with hate. You can't fight ignorance with ridicule. You fight ignorance with information and compassion. You fight hate with compassion and understanding. And you do it firmly.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, yeah, that's...
Hit on me, boy, I bury your hitter. Groupies claim they anti-fascist while they acting like Hitler. Trump never incited violence, they just want him to go quiet. Cause they fear us patriots and the thought of us all united. So everything we say against the grain, they try to silence. Finally found our own platform where they cannot decide what's hate speech and what isn't. Then these commie bastards find us. And they try to shut us down, they're in control and must remind us. Claim they're tycoons but they're tyrants, we're Samson and they're Goliath. I think it's finally time for us to slay these commie giants. Come.
You gotta be careful when you say things like that.
Well, he doesn't because it's in music. We have to be careful how we comment on that.
No, what I mean by him being careful is just that people are going to take that, and some people, the maybe not quite,
The more extreme, unhinged versions.
they're going to take that as a call to arms. I mean, literally.
Yeah. This is something that we need to fight legally. All real change has come through legal means.
Yes, legal protests and conversations being had at the highest levels.
If you get violent with it, that just gives them more of an excuse to come down harder on the citizenry.
Yep. Very true.
But there are ways that citizens can get together, starting locally, to get the ball rolling and get some real changes done.
Yep. Just find some of these people who are in local power to speak for you to the people above them, and it has to climb that way.
Their tyrants were Samson and their Goliath. I think it's finally time for us to slay these commie giants. Come on.
I don't bow down, kneel with my wrists bound. You can't muzzle my mouth, I won't let you drown me out. Holding my ground, making every word count. Are you hearing me now? I won't let you drown me out.
Playboy the Beast, that be the name. Find me on Parlor. They try to silence me, it's only.
Okay,
Parler.
I wasn't sure about Parler. I actually had to look that up. It's kind of a right-wing equivalent. I'm not sure to YouTube or to. Rumble, I think, is the equivalent to YouTube. Parler might be more like a Twitter type situation
Kind of like
or a Facebook situation.
a social media
Yeah.
kind of forum thing.
But in that, we are going to look into Parler and Rumble as well. But in that, we also have to be careful not to make that an echo chamber as well. If we're not bringing all the sides together and having a conversation where we can meet in the middle, not a debate, a conversation where we're trying to get real answers and real solutions.
Real progress. Because the progressive left is not exactly all that progressive.
They're progressing to something, just nothing good.
Touche. But the answer to all of this thing is those conversations, bring things together. Because you have crazies on both sides, but you also have very intelligent people on both sides.
And very compassionate and helpful people on both sides.
Yeah.
There are good ideas on both sides.
Absolutely. What we need to do is take the good ideas from both sides, bring them together, push away the bad ideas from both sides, and then we can have a more peaceful, prosperous nation.
But we have to do that. We have to get out of our emotions for that.
Mm-hmm. We actually have to sit down and have these conversations that he's been trying to, throughout this entire song, trying to tell us that we need to do.
Right. That's what we're trying to do here. We would love to hear y'all's thoughts on anything we've said or anything in this song.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Absolutely.
Playboy the Beast, that be the name. Find me on Parlor. They try to silence me, it's only making me grind harder. If they kill me, homie, fuck it, I will gladly die a martyr. For the cause that I believe in, for all of our sons and daughters. Man, they thinking that they woke, but they really just sheep for slaughter. Talk is cheap, if I lose it all, I keep moving regardless. Revolutionary thoughts, yelling the hooroo to the office. Had to storm the cap.
If I lose it all, I keep moving regardless. I felt that.
Absolutely.
We've been in positions where we lost everything we had.
Yep.
And we kept moving. We built it back up. We may not have a lot, but we've been where we had nothing.
Yeah, and we worked hard to have what we do have, and that just makes everything we have more special to us, and we're happy to have it.
So, yeah.
I keep moving regardless, revolutionary thoughts, yelling a hooroo to the office, had to storm the Capitol. Nancy don't like us in her office, knocking us against the world, but I know my Patriots got my back, and I got this back, no holding this back, it's deeper than rap, now homie, no cap, we never gon' back down, never gon' tap, got my back on the wall, so I got to attack, rolling with my brothers in the gold and black, fuck around to find out, but your boy gon' snap, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go back to that because that flow switch was just awesome.
Oh, I like it when he gets choppy like that. I don't usually like a really choppy flow, but he does it in such a good way.
Yeah, and well, he does it in such a good way because you can actually understand what it is he's saying.
And you can feel what he's saying. He's got that emotion. He's got that oomph behind it.
You feel it because he feels it. You believe it because he believes it. Yeah, so it's really cool.
So good.
Yeah, I love it.
All of our sons and daughters, man, they thinking that they woke, but they really just sheep for slaughter. Talk is cheap, if I lose it all, I keep moving regardless. Revolutionary thoughts, yelling a hooroo to the office, had to storm the Capitol. Nancy don't like us in her office, knocking us against the world, but I know my Patriots got my back, and I got this back, no holding this back, it's deeper than rap, now homie, no cap, we never gon' back down, never gon' tap, got my back on the wall, so I got to attack, rolling with my brothers in the gold and black, fuck around to find out, but your boy gon' snap, yeah. Terms of service ain't no freedom of speech, I thought this was America, but now our freedom's been breached. Disagree with the reviews, they gon' label it hate speech. Never surrender, ready for war, but we'll be praying for peace.
I don't bow down, kneel with my wrists bound. You can't muzzle my mouth, I won't let you drown me out.
I will say, I love the R&B flavor that Chris has with this. It just, mwah.
Yeah, and the beat with the bass is it's hard, but it's not so hard that it drowns out the vocals, and I love it.
Holding my ground, making every word count. Are you hearing me now? I won't let you drown me out. I won't let you drown me out.
Wonderfully done.
Absolutely. I think we said everything we needed to say in it. Again, Shannon, thank you. We'll get to your other requests as soon as we can. We have a few others to get to as well. Just be patient.
I will say a few more things. If you haven't listened to any more of his things, please check out Playboy the Beast. He's obviously a very talented individual. He has a lot he wants to say, and I encourage anybody who is a free thinker to check him out.
Yeah. Subscribe to his channel. See what he's about.
Yeah.
It's one of those things to where if you are a free thinker or you're trying to be a free thinker, you should get as many perspectives from as many different places as you can.
Absolutely.
And then figure out and discern for yourself what you think is true. Nobody's going to feed you all the information. You got to go back and you got to do your own research.
Yeah, you got to cross reference everything.
Yeah.
That's how you come up with the truth. That's how you come up with your truth. You know, you're going to hear things that you don't like, but are truthful.
Yeah. And you're going to hear things that you disagree with, and from your perspective doesn't sound right, but if you put yourself in that other person's shoes and what they've been through, from their perspective, it's the only way they can come to that conclusion. Yeah. So try to have compassion for those that are different.
Exactly. And also, more to the point of the song itself, make yourself heard. Even if it's just locally, to your friends, to your family, things like that, make yourself heard. The more you make yourself heard and allow others to make themselves heard, the more rounded as an individual you can be.
Just make sure while you're making yourself heard, you're listening as well and really hearing the intent behind the people around you. Be blessed, y'all.
Peace.